Good morning, good morning. It is March 1st, about 5:30 in the morning, and let's talk some stocks. So AMC and GameStop both gapped up. Like I talked about in my AMC video. If you haven't watched that on the weekend, I'll put a card at the top so you click on it. And then as always, all the tickers and these will be linked in the description so you can jump to whatever you want to look at. So we'll start with AMC. So we get some pre-market here. So after hours Friday closed around 8.2. Got up to 9.1, then some sideways consolidation early, and then 4 o'clock hour when most people were able to trade pre-market, we got a quick right before 4 o'clock, so 3:55, right when it opened, got a big sell-off, so people took profits right away, right when they were able to. The diamond hands didn't hold this morning, and then kind of been downtrending since. I put a tweet out about 4:30 saying that AMC's downtrending off the gap, and some guy called me an idiot, but this looks like a downtrend to me, right? So we're staying below the moving averages here. We're trying to press it right now. It's 8.7, so we did crack below this pre-market low right at the open at 1 a.m. But we'll see if 8.7 can hold. And as you can see right here, the red line at 8.9 is a 78 fib. So just widen out so you can see where that came from. So got to go back to the monthly, but the high at 34.58 down to the 191. And then you'll see just here on the monthly, you can probably have, active support once. I mean, that's pretty close. Twice, 3 times, 4 times here, touched it, moved back, and then back in November, that's where we dropped through it, and, fell through the ice hole here. And then if we go look at the daily and look at the volume here too, so we do have a lot of volume support in that $8 and $7 area. Did have a close right about on that 8.9 area. So if we can push through this 8.9, and especially, let's go, what was it on? I think 5 minute we might see it here. Yeah, so yesterday, just the move this last week, kind of went right through it, right towards the end on high volume. Kind of acted as support here, wiki, but acted as support right into that close there on Wednesday. Kind of got one bounce in here on Thursday. Consolidated here for almost an hour, and then drop below, acted as resistance. But Friday we did get this push right up to about $9, so I think the move today is going to happen if we can break above $9 on the during market hours, and then if pre-market we can get above it right here, we'll probably move back up, try to test this 9.2, maybe pull back down on that 9.8, and then take off. Then we'll go to GameStop. See it gapped up as well. So obviously not as a big a move relative to the chart on Friday. And if you draw, if you draw on connecting tops here, right? So we would break out of that into the pre-market hours here, but basically up from 99 to 110, so 10% move. And then here we're consolidating, but we are still moving in a positive uptrend right now. Basically a double top right here in the pre-market at 111, so we'll see if we can push above that as we move higher. But now we're trying to break through this resistance here, 107, 108. So we'll look to see if these names get the volume that they need to push them higher today, or if they just roll over on low volume. And then another stock that has moved in pre-market that also made a big move Friday was OCGN, Ocugen. So they had a news blurb that their Indian partner Bharat, I think, or something like that, they have a COVID vaccine in India that's popular, but it's going to be distributed into Brazil. And so we got the big move Friday, wave 1, wave 2, pulled back after hours, but then we get the gap up, right? So right in the open, popped a new high, about $12, and then consolidating here in the pre-market hours right now, but still holding the gap, higher lows still as we move closer to the open hour. If we go to the daily chart just to look at it, so it has made a big move in the past recently, the beginning of February up to 1877. So we'll see if we can get above and push this ATR range up into the $13 area. Alright, so we got some wicks. We got volume support here in the 11s and 10s. So we'll see if we can go take out these low volume areas and look to move higher. I think the 61 fib is probably going to be important here. as acting as resistance right now, but once we get above, it probably will look to be a support area. I did an earnings video. The earnings videos don't get watched very much. I don't, but I mean, that's kind of respectable. We don't know whether a move's going to happen or not. It's just all market reaction on sentiment. Like Workhorse is supposed to put their earnings out this morning. I haven't seen anything yet. It kind of moved up, but CCIV was moving a little bit, but I'm not going to talk about that one or show the chart. I mean, but Aslan Pharmaceuticals is the kind of the top mover right now this morning. It's got 36 million share float. It's already traded almost 14 million, but they have a positive interim data from multiple ascending dose study in atopic dermatitis, so skin conditions. But you see pretty pronounced move here, pre-market 4.8 up to 8. So I mean, it's sitting up right now 63%, kind of rolling over. So we'll look to see if this 7.2 area holds, right? So held $7 here, back at 440. See if this 22 and 20 moving averages right in here will hold, or we'll push back into the 9 and look to roll over. This was available as short on Interactive Brokers, so you can probably play it both ways this morning. And then lastly, we'll look at Bitcoin. I talked about it briefly in the video yesterday on earnings, saying how it's rolling over. Hopefully look to hold 40k as support. Well, it held 43. And it seems like my calling of support on Bitcoin is always just a little bit off, or I'll say something and it directly moves the opposite direction pretty quickly after. But here we moved back up late last night. These times on the bottom are London, or was it Greenwich based, I think, actually. So look to move higher. Right now we poked back up higher into that 48.5, so we can just see like the wick area right here. We got 1, 2, 3. So if we can move back through that area, we could pretty quickly, let me zoom out, pretty quickly move back up to 49, and then hopefully get back up in here to this 50k range. But as where's the right button? As Bitcoin moved higher, our crypto names moved higher. So we had SOS, it's up. Canaan, the likely suspects I've been talking about for like 2 weeks now. Riot, Mars up, even though their CEO sold off like $34 million in shares last week as well. But you see, 6.9 to 7.5, so basically 10% move. SOS even more. I think SOS and Canaan were pretty top movers too. Right, so SOS is up 24%, Can's up 20%, Riot's up 11%. So their names are back in play for today. So we'll see. They also are on SSR, so could get a look to move higher if Bitcoin starts running today. So that's what I'm looking at this morning. Let me know in the comments what you guys are looking at. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. If you could drop a like and a subscribe, that'd be awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.